Don't know if you gotta go. Hope you know I want you from my world. I dream of loving you, I swear. Imagining you, imagine. What's good, man? It's your boy Nate there, man. We out in nature, man. Touch grass, homie. Give me some of that damn grass, boy. We out in nature, man. I want to talk about nature. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about nature because nature is beautiful. Mother Nature, she is a gorgeous individual. Mother Nature, she is a gorgeous individual. She, like just look around at her. You know what I'm saying? Look at these. Look at that. Look at that tree. That's all Mother Nature. Look at this green grass. You can't see it, I don't think. But this is all thanks to Mother Nature. You know what I'm saying? This is all thanks to her, man. Shout out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out her. Nature's kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? You know, like my stepbrother, he was like, it's crazy how a bee, right? You could take a bee and their stinger, right? It's crazy how they have such a small stinger that like our syringes, we've been trying to get our syringes to be that precise and small as a bee sting, but we keep failing. We can't do it. You know, like that little bee stinger is like 5 times smaller than our most precise, like thinnest syringe. And I was like, whoa, that's kind of crazy because the bee is just born with it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? F the hard work beats talent, because the bee is just born with the stinger. And us humans, man, we've been trying to make this, we've been trying to get this syringe more precise and more thin and more small, but we keep failing. We keep failing because the bee just wipes our ass with it, dude. The bee just beats our ass with it. You know, for years and years and years, we've been trying to perfect that syringe, and the bee just comes in, it's like, yo, what's up, brother? Oh, yeah, I'm thinner than you, I'm better than you. You know what I'm saying? So that's Mother Nature 1, humans 0. And also, man, we're fucking up the planet, dude. We're effing up the planet. We're fucking this shit up, baby. Climate change, homie. Let me get that climate to change. Dude, we're pumping CO2 like it's our hobby, like it's our fucking hobby, like we love doing it. You know, we're just pumping CO2 like we're just pumping that shit in the air, homie. We're just pumping that all in the air, and we don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck. I mean, we are doing some renewable energy, and there's a lot of policies like, oh yeah, Australia, we're gonna be carbon neutral by 2040, or carbon neutrality by 2030, or whatever the hell they're doing, right? But that's not gonna. It only does so much. Renewable energy, it only does so much. Again, I don't know where the future's going. I don't know what's gonna happen in the future with the renewable energy and all that stuff. I mean, I do think it's a step in the right direction, but I feel like it's just going to be too late. Like, by the time we do get the renewable energy, we need to get people to use it instead of using, fossil fuels and stuff. But fossil fuels, man, they're just way too good. We're way too good. Industrial revolution, we're using fossil fuels, we're using factories, we're creating machinery. It was just too good. Fossil fuels is just nothing like it. There's nothing quite like it. And guess what? Mother Nature. The reason why we have fossil fuels is because there's carbon in the ground from Mother Nature, homie. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, renewable energy, solar power. You know what I'm saying? If you got like solar panels on your house or solar, you know what I'm saying? My watch is solar powered, man. I have a watch that's solar powered. You know what I'm saying? So that Mother Nature's that good, she can power your watch using her smile, using her glamour. She can power my watch. You know what I'm saying? That's how great she is, homie. Damn, Mother Nature, she good. Damn, she's good, man. And wind as well, you know what I'm saying? She creates that wind. You know what I'm saying? There's a nice breeze, but you can tell from the trees swaying. There's a breeze, man, and it makes me calm. Matter of fact, I have goosebumps. It's actually kind of cold. It's kind of cold, but Mother Nature, man, she just does it all. She does it all. You know, she's making them waves waving in the ocean. She's doing everything. She's that good. And again, we're harming her again with the microplastics. Now, boom, plastic bags. You go to the shop, use a plastic bag, plastic this, plastic that, plastic straw, plastic surgery. You know what I'm saying? We're harming Mother Nature because all of these plastics they don't degrade, and we keep trying to like mash them up or whatever, turn them into mashed potatoes or whatever, and then they get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and then they become micro. And then what do you call that? You call that microplastics. There's microplastics in my bloodstream right now, probably. I'm pretty sure there was a study that was saying that like, there's most likely microplastics in your brain just because you consume them, and they go in your bloodstream, and then they end up there. You know what I'm saying? Dude, if there was microplastics in my bloodstream, eventually it'd get to my brain. You know what I'm saying? It would go here, then it would come down my leg, dead end, come back up, down the other leg, dead end, come back up. Then it'd go to the arm, another dead end, it will come back up, and then bingo, boom, it's in the brain. And it stays there, because it gets like trapped and shit in there. But yeah, Mother Nature, she's beautiful, but us humans, we keep harming her, we keep putting her down, we keep spreading negativity. We keep harming her, which is not good, which is very not good. Violence is not the answer. So what, like, you know what I'm saying? And again, we're trying to do the renewable energy shit and the, this, but dude, I think there's for example, there's a plane, there's a commercial airplane. I can see it. That shit, that thing up there carrying like 290 people. That shit is fucking farting out CO2. That shit's, it's pumping on CO2. It's running on CO2. Like, apparently there was like the first ever renewable energy plane, but that thing can hold probably like a toddler in it. If a toddler knew how to fly it, they could probably fly it, and they'd be chilling for like an hour, but then eventually they'd have to come back down because renewable energy, it's not as powerful, it's not as strong. You know what I'm saying? Like, that plane is running on fuel, right? If it was running on electricity, it'd need significantly more power. Like, significantly more power, you know what I'm saying? So, so right now, at this current stage, renewable energy it's not looking too good right now. I mean, it's still good for, like, the solar panels on my house, and that helps a bit, but, again, it's not, we're getting there, but I feel like once we get there, it's already going to be too late, and it's, you know what I'm saying? The damage has already been done. I feel like, I'm pretty sure now the damage has already been done. Like, I feel like in the news, it's like, if we, I don't know, but it was something along the lines of, if we continue using fossil fuels for the next 10 years, we will reach a point where we'll create irreversible effects on the earth. So things that can't be done, can't be undone. For example, Australia doesn't have an ozone layer, and that's why it's really hot, and that's why there's high rates of skin cancer and stuff like that. We don't have an ozone layer, and that shit's important because ozone keeps away radiation. Again, Mother Nature, she put that there for a reason, homie. She put that there for a reason, to protect us. And then because of CO2 and shit, we just fucking blasted the ozone layer. We said, get that fucking thing out of here. We don't want that shit. I want to be able to cook bacon and eggs using a stove with gas. Fuck you. That's what we said to Mother Nature, and that is just disrespectful. That is not good. That's irrational. I'll eat baked beans. I'll eat baked beans every day in a can. You know what I'm saying? Made out of recyclable material to protect Mother Nature. That's what I'll do for it. But other people, they're like, nah, fuck that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna drive the car. I'm gonna drive a truck. I'm not even transporting anything, but I'm gonna drive a truck just so I can use them, just so I can fucking pump CO2 through the top. Just because I can, that's what some people do. And again, there's other forms like Tesla. You got your Teslas, and although Teslas, they're pretty cool. They got they got cool features and shit like that, but they're still not Like, would I drive a Tesla if I had the money? Sure, but the actual performance of the car is not great. Like, it's actually like, because, dude, like where I live, there's not many like electric charging stations. It's not efficient. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just have a normal car, because I can go to any petrol station. It's going to have petrol. I feel like, I mean, the petrol stations around my area, they don't actually have electrical charging stations. I'm pretty sure they don't actually even have any of them. Or if they do, maybe like one or two, like around the back corner or some shit where I don't even notice it. Yeah, so if I had the opportunity to buy a Tesla, I don't think I mean, yes, to save the environment, but at the same time, when the battery runs out and it dies, they have to dispose of that, right? And then apparently that's also harmful for the environment. I don't know. I don't think it's just as bad as pumping CO2 everywhere you go, but it's still, you know what I'm saying, we're always harming the environment, man. Even when we have electric vehicles, when the batteries die out, we chuck them in landfill. We just throw them away. No matter what happens, Mother Nature always loses, and it's a shame. Because like back in the day, when back when troglodytes were walking around, the caveman, dude, they respected Mother Nature. They probably woke up, went like that. Went like that to Mother Nature every day. They hunted animals. Yes, they did hunt animals. But they weren't fucking pumping CO2 in the air. They were just hunting animals, growing crops, drinking water, and they were sustainable. That's the one thing, I live in Australia, right? So we've learned in school about like the Aboriginal people and stuff like that, right? And I also just know about Aboriginal people from Google and shit like that, right? But they were sustainable. They would stay in, like, for example, during the summertime, they'd stay in like a certain area, right? And then when they ran out of crops and stuff, they would plant more. And when they ran out of resources, or when they were like eating more than they should. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you can't overfish? Like in certain areas you can only how do I say this? What do you mean? You can only take like 5 fish. Like if you're fishing, right, you can only actually hold 5 fish per person. And then if you catch others, you have to throw them back. Like, sort of like that, right? That's what the Aboriginal people would do to be sustainable. They wouldn't overfish, right? I'm just using overfishing as an example. They wouldn't overfish, right? So once they used the majority of the resources, they would move to another area. That way the crops in the area they were in before can grow and the fish can reproduce and all that stuff, right? And then they'd move to another area. And then once they run out of resources, move to another. I should have explained this so much easier, but so they one area run out of resources, move to another one with new resources, run out of those resources, move to an area with resources. Once they run out of that, they will just come back. Because then once they come back, the resources will be replenished. Because it's been a while, animals have reproduced, nature has done its thing, water has, it's raining, so water goes in the lakes and whatever the hell, and boom, everything's chilling. But nowadays, no one's doing that. You know what I'm saying? We just chuck all our rubbish in landfill and, say, fuck it, leave it there. Right? So, like, once a big garbage patch is filled up, they just go next door and then they dig holes and chuck the rubbish in there. And then we're going to keep doing that. And then eventually we're just not going to have enough room to put our rubbish. So, like, you know what I'm saying? And then also in, like, Japan, they, I'm pretty sure they burn their rubbish. So there's no like landfill. They just burn it, and then they have in these big, the big, what do you call them? What do you call it? Like the power plants, the big power plants, right? With like the white ones, big power plants, and they just burn landfill through there, and then they like filter it or something, so it doesn't harm, so that there's not that much CO2. I don't know how they do it. But I know it's something like that. I just know that they burn it as opposed to landfill, I think. Anyway, man, it's been enough for me. Yeah, man, Mother Nature, we need to make sure we protect her. We need to make sure we protect her. She's lovely. She's a lovely lady. I've met her. You know, she let me in her house. We had a cup of tea. We were eating some biscuits, and she's a lovely lady. So we need to try and protect her. And you know, hopefully we do it before it's too late, before all hell breaks loose and we all die and everything's bad. Anyway, that's been it from me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Holy shit, that was cringe.